Your brain works, in a way, like a computer. It runs pre-programmed software over its circuits. However, unlike a computer, you can learn and change your own software. Your software is your skills, like logged actions that you call upon over and over. However, unlike downloading Minecraft, it takes a long time to learn new programs. Have you ever thought about your thoughts? Well, this is the study of psychology. People thinking about thoughts and studying their patterns. Kinda trippy, right? Psychologists and normal people have realized that people are creatures of habit, and that learning something brand new usually takes a while. For example,
Press B, Dad. No, that was A.
now you're probably thinking, what in flapjacks does this have to do with anything? I thought this was about thinking. First, we must understand that our thoughts have patterns, and that it takes time to develop patterns and learn new ones. These patterns are created by a buildup of myelin sheaths along the axons of the neurons in your brain. Myelin is part of white matter, and it makes up more than 50% of your brain. Neurons are the wires of our brain. They are the cells that transmit electrical impulses that are our thoughts. Now, what is myelin? Myelin is a fatty white tissue acting as an insulating layer that speeds up the signal of our thoughts. Think about it like this. The electrical impulses that are your thoughts are going to be these caricatures, and they're trying to get through a forest to the city. In your brain, a city is a neuron, so we'll call it N12. They've never been out of their home N3 before, and it takes them a while to cut through a path through the forest, avoiding deadly predators and poisonous plants. Eventually, they make it and leave behind them a path, or a nerve fiber, also known as an axon. Other thoughts traveling from N12 to N3 see this common path and use it. People and thoughts like familiarity. They won't forge a new and potentially dangerous path when there is one already there. The more they use it, the clearer it gets. Eventually, it becomes a dirt road through the forest instead of a patchy, meandering trail. Now, there's a buildup of myelin around the path or axon. Myelin, in this case, is the fear that keeps the travelers on the axon and not wandering off the nice, safe, and familiar path into the strange, ominous, and dark forest. Myelin is also the upgrades given to the road that allow our travelers to transmit faster, and eventually the brain will install a hyperloop. This is the concept of myelin. Actually, your thoughts leap from slow to quick when they come to a gap between myelin sheaths. The sheaths keep energy from being lost, like insulation on a cable. And no, it's not a string of sausages. This is what myelin looks like under a microscope. So how does this affect you? Studies have shown that myelin plays a key role in cutting a trail or learning new skills. Your habits and skills are formed because the more myelinated an axon or hypothetical path is, the more that the myelin prevents the electricity from leaving the axon. It also speeds up, strengthens, and makes the impulses more accurate, just like we saw with the travelers. A habit is a thought quickly traveling along the path that is commonly fired, so much that it becomes a subconscious thought. However, when you learn something, it takes time to build up these paths. You have to forge a new path and build up new myelin. Look at a professional athlete. They're always training and practicing their crafts. While doing so, they keep firing specific circuits. The more a nerve fires, the more myelin fibers wrap around and build up around nerves and axons in a circuit. The athlete ends up with a high-speed network that we see as high-end performances in a sport. Muscle memory is just a buildup of myelin on a precise circuit from a specific signal repeatedly being sent. Myelin insulation helps you do whatever you want to do well. You just have to practice over and over and over what it is that you want to be good at. It takes immense energy and time to build up these circuits or skills. It can take days or weeks to do 50 or 40 reps around a single nerve fiber. Apparently your genes do not determine your talents. This just proves that practice, and only practice, really does make perfect.